I would like to welcome all of you and say hello to everyone that I have not said hello earlier. Hi, my name is Maria. I'm Maria Parysz. With some of you, I'm already familiar with. I know you, but with some of you, we have not met yet. So I will do a short introduction about myself. But for now, I want to say that this is my first webinar. Definitely not the last one, but the first one. And hopefully people, I mean, the team that is helping me now, probably they are like willing to get some bloopers from the first webinar that they can record and later on they can publish. So it's like, I know, for 1st of April or maybe some other holidays, so you can have fun how it was during the first webinar. Okay, so it's lovely to be here. It's lovely to have all of you here. We have more than 500 people signing for this webinar. I hope that majority of them can join us today. If not, don't worry, this webinar will be recorded, we'll release it, and you will have access. If you have, for example, don't have time to be with us for the whole hour or for the whole hour and a half, because this is what is our plan for tonight. Don't worry, later on we can also answer all your questions if we cannot manage today. So I would like to know, where are you right now? I'm in Warsaw, in Poland, in Europe. Maybe some of you know where Poland is, maybe some of you don't. We are next to Ukraine, next to Russia, next to Germany. But in a week, when we will be having our next webinar, I will be in Barcelona, and in a couple of weeks, 3 probably, when we will having when we are planning our 3rd webinar, I will be in Kenya. So I'm traveling extensively because of AI, because of the business that I do, and also this is a nice chance for you. If you like traveling, AI will give you this opportunity. Okay, good. Enough. Let's move on. I'm so excited. So as I said, this is one of 3 webinars, and more will come in the future. This is like super exciting to tell you a bit of my story, because I know that it's been helpful to many people around the world. And I always say that I always consider myself as a manager, as a project manager, but also as a person, as Steve Jobs said, as the thinker and doer in one person. You see, for many years I was a manager, and I always wanted to think, to change the world, right? But actually changing the world for the sake of changing the world does not make a lot of sense, right? So as far as things were okay, I said silent. I was silent. But later on, a couple of things has happened, and then I moved on. I decided that I cannot stay silent, because like wrong things are happening in the world. The first fact that I noticed, it happened 10 years ago, actually. Harvard Business Review announced that data scientists, it's the sexiest job of the 21st century. I will explain this to you in a moment, because all the countries and majority of companies has rushed for AI, looking also for data scientists to hire. So then I said, it was always something tricky for me. Okay, why are you looking only for data scientists? I know them. We created the largest community of data scientists in the world, which is 10 million. And I love those people. I'm one of them. However, it's like, why are you not looking for managers who can lead those projects, right? It did not make sense to me. Later on, the second fact, which made like, I was infuriated. I was sitting in 2017 next to Alexander Nix. I was next to the stage in the second row, and I was looking at this picture when he was giving an interview. He was not arrested at the time yet. Of course, if you don't know who Alexander Nix is, he's a CEO of Cambridge, ex-CEO of Cambridge Analytica. So they created this awful situation with presidential elections in 2016. It was like, I was looking at this guy, he was sitting on the stage, and nobody was reacting that he did something wrong. So it's like, using AI for definitely unethical activity. And the third one is like, this is awful. When you open a browser and you put AI inside, these are the pictures you will get. Like, they are scaring people. So I said, no, I cannot stay silent. I need to do something, because I want to see the world that is safe. because I know that AI is like an unloaded gun. If you use it in a fair way, okay. But if you don't, then there is an awful threat, to be frank with you. That's why, citing Gandhi, I said that if you must be the change you want to see in the world, so I will be the change. And this is how Elephant AI started. My background, as I said, is in project management, and I did it for the last 20 years. 20 years, oh my God, so long. And I was in the board of directors for PMI, starting their conferences in Central Europe. Also, I got certified by Prince to lead the exams in Prince 2. I got ITIL and TOGAF. I was into Agile. I have written the first master thesis in this part of Europe on Agile. I was also in introducing Scrum to many companies. Also the same with Lean Startup. So I'm full, let me say, 100% of project manager. This is what I consider myself to be, but I'm also a keen educator. So I'm an AI researcher for PhD at DCU University, and this is one of the first PhDs on AI management, actually one of the first in the world, which gives you the state of this area and of its growth. Of course, I'm a lecturer on many. I was and still am on many universities. Also a visiting professor around the world. My AI journey started a couple of years ago, more than 6 years ago, when we started a company called Logic AI, and we have 3 offices already. We do AI services in Warsaw, in Dubai, and in Toronto. We have a couple of products, very smart ones, and also award-winning. And the experience that I will be sharing with you comes from more than 50 projects that I delivered for such companies as you can see here on the picture, and even more from Fortune 500 list. So this is what I've done in the last years. But what makes me proud, extremely proud, is that starting from a very small group of people, we started building a community of data scientists so they can learn. And now it's a pleasure to announce it. It's the largest community of data scientists in the world. It makes me extremely proud, because I know that this community helps people advance their careers, meet others, and at the same time having, of course, loads of fun. But enough about me. I don't want to waste your time. I hope this is not our last meeting, so definitely we'll get know each other much better in a moment. But for now, I have prepared for you exciting content for tonight. Super exciting. So 4 points for today, and also we'll close with Q&A session. So if you have any question, you can keep it until we open Q&A session, or you can put it while you listen to this presentation. You can put it on chat, and later on we'll go one by one, and our team will help me in, let me say, publishing and showing the question that we will be answering to, that we'll be finding answers to. Okay, so the first point for today: why AI managers can save humanity. I love this point, and I know that some of you might think that this is a bit off, right? But to be frank, I strongly believe in what I'm saying. I strongly believe that this is true. And I will guide you through some facts that I hope will clear this matter to you. Then we'll move on to practical tips on how to make the most of the AI hype, because there is hype. And if there is hype, we can take advantage of it, right? So how to make your career advancements on the basis of AI hype. Also, we'll comment on 5 steps to becoming successful AI manager. So 5 steps, just bear with me. And last but not least, how to use AI to build a strong position in your company. I will explain what's happening in companies right now. And yes, I will give you a couple of tips how to, let me say, be ahead of the competition. And we'll close with Q&A. At least we'll have 15 or 20 minutes for questions and answers. So definitely there will be enough time to answer all of your questions. Okay, let's start. Do you recognize the guy on the right? Okay, good. This is stable diffusion. So this picture or this drawing, this art, let me say, was created fully by AI, by text to picture, generative transformers language. And you can look for more examples like this on lexica.art. This is like latest achievement, like 2 months old or something like this. But using this Trump as Zeus, I wanted to catch your attention and also show you a couple of basic information, a couple of information that you might find useful, let me say, to build this story upon which we'll be building the tips. Well, only then they will make a lot of sense. So there is a lot of investments in AI, like a lot. And in the last years, they have increased. But I'm not looking forward to, I do not want to comment on how big they were. I'm looking forward to the future. I want to show you the future. And the future has started. The milestone that that caught my attention was 2017. And in 2017, two interesting facts has happened. First, Canada has published their strategy called Pan-Canadian AI strategy, that they were first in the world, and they announced that until 2030 they will be investing heavy money into AI, and other countries actually followed them. And you can see only a couple of more than a dozen of them, and this is a complete list. 50 countries, of course, the developed ones. They created and published AI strategies usually until 2030, which means that in the next 8 years, those countries, what they have put in those strategies, all of them declared that they will be investing. They will be investing, they will be supporting AI startups, they will be supporting companies that will be doing digitalization, and they will be also educating their societies. So this is the first fact, right? So there will be money running from countries, right? So this will be their focus. But we are not talking about countries. We are talking about companies as well. So majority of companies said that they are switching to AI strategies. One of them, actually also in 2017, and this is the second fact that I wanted to draw your attention to, was the change of the strategy of Google. Google always, for almost 20 years, declared themselves as searching and organizing the world's information company. And then they switched to AI and machine learning only, nothing else, right? So it means that the focus of Google and other giants will be definitely around AI. You probably heard this saying that data is new oil, right? If you did not, then it's high time to catch up. It was published a couple of years ago, which means that data, if you have data, you have money. So the next crude oil will be data. So we'll be trading data, and people who will have data and companies that will have loads of data, they will be extremely wealthy. So I was always asking, okay, so yes, we have this data, but who's doing the digging? Who's digging this oil? And there are two groups of people that take care of it. The first one is data scientists. And this group of people, these are the people that are in my community of 10 million data scientists. And it's amazing. They're super smart. And the world for the last 10 years, because Harvard Business Review announced this very popular article. They announced it in 2012. So it was exactly 10 years ago. And since then, the world went crazy after data scientists. And it was like race after race after race. And they were like, because remember, all the countries, majority of companies, and they're fighting with each other over data scientists. Also, if you are a data scientist or you wish to be, the world is open to you. It's like open doors, because like majority of countries will give you visa, free visa actually, if you are a data scientist, or they will say, okay, just come to us, we'll give you money to start your own AI company. Because the countries that will attract the most talent, they will win. They know it. So there is a high stake to attract the best talents and the best data scientists to particular countries that want to grow in AI. Okay, so we already established that data scientists, they're smart, everyone is after them. But my question is, okay, but we somehow forgot about AI managers, about AI project managers, AI product managers, data science managers, and digitalization managers, because somehow someone believed what Harvard Business Review said. It is like, if I have like a large group of data scientists, everything will set itself okay, right? Set itself right. Nothing correct in this sentence. Actually, this is very untrue. I don't want to use the B word, but absolutely, this is crazy. This was not successful. A couple of companies that I know, they hired even 20 data scientists. They logged them, let me say, they kept them in one room, large room, very comfortable one, and they say, do your magic, do your data science. And what did they do? Nothing. They did a couple of research projects, absolutely useless for the business, because they did not have the manager and a business representative that could guide them. So the challenges right now that I can see on the world is, first of all, two elements. Is 60 to 80%, depending on the statistics. And this is fresh. This is not old. This is from August this year, right? 60 to 80. Can you imagine how much money lost of AI projects are failing us? They never go into production, or they go into production and business says, no, I won't be using it. This is like crazy. This is useless. And the second element, even sometimes harder for me as a project manager, it's like that agile, waterfall, and even crisp DM. Crisp DM is, by the way, cross-industry standard for data mining, right? You probably heard about it, this does not work. Simply, people say, no, agile works for everything. If I would not tell you the story that I was an expert, and I still am, on agile, maybe I would say, yeah, of course, I don't know agile that much. I know it from Adam, let me say. I will tell you the story in a moment. It's quite interesting. But we say that Agile and Scrum, it's not the best option for data science, unfortunately. So the real problem is that Agile was not developed with data science in mind. And the core problem with Scrum is that it requires to be delivered on time, while AI tasks in general, like model training or EDA analysis, they are nearly impossible to predict, right? Sometimes it's better to change the task completely in the middle of sprint, which is unacceptable for the methodologies that I'm commenting on right now. So building a machine learning model isn't like building data-driven web application. This is something different. So machine learning project cannot be easily broken down into series of steps and series of sprints. Unfortunately not. That's why a lot of people comment that Agile not absolutely, at least not use it blindly. Of course, we covered this during the course as well, and I will be showing you on the next slides a nice alternative to those methodologies. So stay with me. I think you might be interested. What I want to show you right now is that on the basis of what I shown you a moment ago, I mean, on this slide with those crazy statistics that projects are failing, is that I consider AI to be, as I said, a unloaded gun. So it's like a real threat. Here you can see a Scarlet Witch. Maybe you saw The Last Doctor Strange. And Scarlet Witch is, I remember her that she was good at the time, but later on she lost someone, she was in a lot of pain, and later on she turned into an ugly and very dangerous creature, and she could not even control herself. And of course, like the story goes on, I just wanted to use this example to show you that this is what AI can become. If we do not have control over AI, I know the power of AI. I do it. I've been doing it for the last 6 years. And it's amazing. On one hand, amazing. On the other hand, it's very threatening if we consider that we do not have good management over it. That's why I think that the good management is actually the only chance for us for AI to be safe, to be helpful, to change the world, to help companies, and actually to secure the future of our children, of us, to help us with health, with inabilities, in education, in our daily life, at our work, to create a better world, nicer, prettier, kinder, right? And not the world that is majority of us. Just ask yourself, do you trust AI? Are you absolutely sure what's going on and what those large companies are doing? No one knows. And the power of AI is like, I think we cannot even discuss it to the extent that it actually can be a threat to us. Anyway, let's move on. I want to show you also how people now learn about AI. This is official stats from a year ago. They did a research on a couple of universities. They are not technical universities. And they asked students, guys, how do you learn about AI? Right? How do you get your knowledge? Of course, there are no curriculums, AI in their curriculums. So they said 60 to 70% of them, depending on their profile, they said that they get information about AI from media. And I'm already answering one of the questions that was asked on our chat. It's full of deepfakes. It's absolutely full of deepfake and absolutely untrue information about AI. So if majority of society, also young people, students, get their information from the media, so just imagine what crazy world are we now building? Like, I cannot allow it. I cannot allow it. That's why I'm here. So there is hope. Here you can see on the left, there is a nice cartoon. On the right, it's Punya. Punya, it's my dog. She's an Amstaff, together with, like, she's mixed with Pitbull, but like, you know, we found her. So it's not like we have chosen us. She chosen us. Sorry, we have not chosen her. She has chosen us. And since then, she's in our family. She's supporting the course with all her 4 paws. And like, I love this picture because I can see that in her eyes that there is hope. There is hope in managers. There is hope in people who want to stabilize AI, that want to show what AI is capable of, but in a sensible way, under management, under control. And I know that the data scientists, they're super smart, but they like research. They do not focus on ROI. They do not focus on how business will grow. I'm not, of course, commenting on all of them, or majority of them, but it's like, it's a different focus. Our focus as managers and project managers is on the growth of our companies. And also, absolutely, I'm aware of, not aware of, but I'm sure that in our hands, we can at least try, because we know the business, we know the background, we know ethics, we know communication, we know this kind of stuff, so we can secure a better world for all of us in the future. So a good AI manager, who this is? First of all, this is a person that is able to choose the project that will bring more value and return on investment. This is something that data scientists seriously do not care for. They care for like extremely interesting and challenging stuff, but not necessarily for business outcomes. So if you have, for example, you always have less resources than ideas available and ideas on the table, right? So you need to choose somehow between 2, 3, or even 50 AI ideas. And you need to choose the ones that will bring you value. And this is the problem that actually sums up to the statistics that I've shown you. If a company chooses the most attractive, from the point of view of PR, attractive project, but it will not bring them any value, any money, what will be the next comment? The next comment will be, we spend so much money. Is AI worth it? Will we do the next project? Probably not so much, or we will be very hesitant in giving it a lot of money. So it's not only about like, the most challenging project, but also sometimes we should be choosing the easiest project. Because if we as a company are at the beginning of digitalization, the people that will be using those tools, they need to get accustomed to AI, because otherwise they will reject it. So there is a lot of elements that us AI managers, AI project managers must take into consideration while choosing the best portfolio of AI projects. Then the second very important point is that AI manager will not be fooled by vendors. What does it mean? For now, companies that are suppliers and that create this wonderful software that can do all AI for you, all AI, right? And can save you for unethical AI. So basically, it does everything. They know that companies are rather on the low maturity AI level, right? So they come to the company and they say, just buy our software and all your AI problems and challenges will be solved. Unfortunately, this is in majority of cases, this is not true. But the company, since that they do not have managers who can analyze it and verify whether it's true and what this software actually can do for them, they buy it. And they spend usually millions of dollars unnecessarily, because later on they use like 10% of the features or even less, because the company is absolutely not at the level to be able to use the tool and to make the most of it, right? So be careful, and good AI managers can save you from spending too much money on unnecessary AI stuff. Then the third point is about the good third feature of a good AI manager is that AI manager manages the whole project. For now, we are focusing, if you like put into the browser or any kind of book about the AI, you open it and then you have like certain phases of data science project, right? Great. But this is just this part. Not more than 50% of resources, not more than 50% of actual activities that should be done in the project. So the 50% is being done by data scientists, and 50 or even more is being done by AI managers without the assistance of data scientists. This is crazy. So not only data scientists are needed, but also good AI managers that can, first of all, do the good business analysis, understand the problem. I will show you it on, I will show you this process on in this on the slides, on a couple of like slides further. Then the fourth one, the fourth feature is that good AI manager will not allow the project to become overestimated by team members. And I do mean team members by, I do mean data scientists as team members. As I said, data scientists, they're absolutely brilliant and they love research and development projects. They do not care that much about ROI. So you can try it on your own. You can talk about ROI with data scientists. You see how it goes. And a good manager knows the estimates. So I do not mean that data scientists want to fool you in any way. Absolutely. They will just, let me say, naturally be drawn towards projects and additional activities that will allow them to have fun, right? To have fun and explore. And the fifth one is that AI manager will include ethical AI approach. What does it mean? Just a group of small group of data scientists will never have this opportunity to understand many points of view. And a good AI manager will secure the project with ethical AI support. What does it mean? It can be one person, ethical AI expert. It can be many people. It can be also a group of future users, right? So the more, the better. We talk about AI ethics in our course a lot. But yes, this should be secured by a good AI managers. Let's move on. Let's move on to the AI hype and how to make the most of it. This is truly interesting. So I talked to you, I sent you in one of the previous posts, I sent you a couple of AI myths. And yes, there is a lot of myths. I will not comment on this today, maybe later if we have time, because I have like a lot of content for you prepared, super fresh content. So I don't want to spend too much time on AI myths. But just to remind you, the first myth is that AI is advanced near singularity. We tend to exaggerate, right, about AI capabilities based on the movies, mass media that are being presented to us. In fact, businesses is at the beginning of this road, and investments are still quite shy in comparison to estimated future potential. So it's not near singularity. Then AI is different. AI might be complex, let me say. I won't be fooling you, but there is a whole industry trying to make it easier for you. Just look at the number of patents in technology that are being released every year. It's growing so fast. And the majority of them will be tools you will be using in the future. So it will become easier and easier. And I can guarantee you this, that AI might be complex, but not difficult to this extent that the person with the common sense cannot get it. You don't need a PhD. You don't need statistics knowledge. You don't have like your master's in math, or I don't know, any kind of coding course done to understand AI. Absolutely not. AI, it's not a new development. AI has been coined in the 50s. So it's over 70 years old. And the same with neural nets, the same with machine learning. These are not new stuff. And if you go past this this like a lot of difficult words. If you go through it, if you go past it, then it all becomes super logical. I promise. Then the next myth that I actually come across quite often is that AI will influence only the online world. And this is usually actually the same in States, the same in Canada. They tell me, we are a production company, so we don't have to invest in AI since we are not going online. And I say, oh, nothing further from the truth. So this is a very large misconception because just look at Netherlands, what they have achieved with their robotization of agriculture. Right? This is amazing. They're almost fully automated. So this is not true. And the fourth one is that you can build the next Facebook in your basement. So yeah, so this is oversimplification. So some companies say AI is so easy. There is a lot of startups, so you can do it almost anywhere. So anyone can come up with a brilliant idea. Maybe idea, yes, but they do not understand that for each AI data science project, you need data. You need to have this data. And the data is usually owned by large companies. So you need to either generate it, you need to collect it. And most of all, you need to have access to very powerful machines that are usually like large companies again have access to. So it's not that easy. Maybe it was a couple of years ago, but already now the market is mainly dominated by technology giants. And last but not least, is that AI is dangerous. And here I need to say, and I need to confirm, maybe AI is not dangerous. It can be dangerous, right? It can be dangerous. And we need to remember about it. I already commented on this. And yes, you asked me about deep fakes. There was one question already on the chat asking, what is my opinion about the internet? Is it full of deep fakes already? So the answer is, we don't know. We don't know. There was a couple of research where the number of deepfakes found on websites were up to 20%, 30%. But with the power of generative AI, I will be talking about it on next slides, about the power of transformers, when now everyone with one click, they can create unlimited number of deepfakes. And what is a deep fake, right? Deep fake is a fake element created with neural nets. And what if we create it with transformers? What about the texts? What about the code? What about the pictures? What about DALL-E? What about stable diffusion? And even more, what about the videos that were published by Google and by Meta? And you can create such videos on your own. Is it a deep fake? Is it okay? Is it not? So I believe that the more we discuss about it and the more knowledge we have, the wider discussion and smarter discussion we can lead, so we know what's going on. But my estimate for the future, I'm just answering right now to the person that asked this question, is that internet in the next years, I don't want to say full, but half full, 1/3 full of deepfakes. And they will not be deepfakes anymore. They will be just creation, right? Will it be bad? Will it be good? I don't know. I do not want to, with AI, I do not say good or bad. I can say that it can be better or it can be smarter, but I don't want to judge. It's not up to me to judge, because I've been in this area and I've been doing this kind of algorithms for the last 6 years. Okay, good. I can show you the key to success. So to get a success in AI, to get the most of the hype, you need 4 elements. And this is a sneak peek. This is a sneak peek. You cannot find it anywhere. It's based on my own experience. So first of all, you observe AI hype. So AI hype, it exists. So we don't know, as you say, how many deepfakes there are. Is it like full internet or just a half of it? How much AI can do? Is it like in the movies or even better than the movies? How much? What will the investments will be? So on and so forth. So there is a lot of hype, and we don't know what is real and what is not. And in this a lot of misunderstanding and misconceptions, there is additional element you need to focus on. There will be actual investments. So these investments are not fake. They were declared by countries and by companies in trillions. And this is not fake. There will be money pumped into this area. There is no turning back. Why? Because all those strategies, they were published on the stock market. So the investors and the market was promised AI. So there is no turning back. There will be investments. And this is like guaranteed 100%. So there's amazing opportunity. So 2 elements. So there is this hype. There is like actual investment, so actual money lying on table. And then there is lack of knowledge, because companies and majority of managers, they do not know what to do with this money. They do not know how to deal with digitalization. They do not know how to implement the projects. So just think about it. How amazing opportunity this is for a person that can act in speed, that can do it extremely fast. So my suggestion for your success is to make the most of those elements and to do it fast. If you will be first, if you become AI manager first, then all the other elements, I mean investments, will be actually your advantage. So let's explore it further. What can AI can actually give you if you will get this success, if you will become successful in AI? First of all, interesting projects. So I know that many of you are in companies that you are like, oh my God, how many projects like of the same shape and size can I do? I led large projects, like large ones. I created investment companies, investment funds. I introduced companies to stock markets with their IPOs. I created franchise branches for banks. I also merged some banks, large project, but still I felt that this is like, it has been done by someone, right? So I had the sense, okay, I'm repeating after someone. Okay, maybe with a different scale, maybe with a different language, with a different budget, but it was done before. So I wanted to do something new, and AI will give you the opportunity in the next 8 years, at least, to do cutting edge stuff. Cutting edge, I promise you. All the companies will be doing new stuff, sometimes copying after each other, but definitely it will be new in all the industries, and all the industries will be affected by AI. For this, I do not have any doubt. Then what do you get? If you do these interesting projects and you are in AI, if you say that you are work in AI, you get this kind of respect from others, like, wow, you're in AI, so cool. Like, what do you do actually? Do you play with robots, or do robots bring you coffee during lunch break or coffee break? And I say, no, nothing of this kind. But still they say, so cool. How often are you at Google? And I say, maybe once per 6 months, because I work with them. And but still, like, people like it. And sometimes they are a bit afraid of exploring AI because they think it's too difficult for them. So they will even think about you even more, let me say. And sometimes they will be even envious of what you do. Then the third element is you will get a handsome salary. What has happened with data scientists, now they are earning crazy money, and it goes up by at least 20 to 30% year to year. The same will happen to AI managers. It's already happening in States and in Canada, and it will come to Europe and other countries as well, because the companies know that if they will not hire AI managers, good AI data science managers, 60 to 80% of their projects will fail. So they will invest their money gladly, believe me. Then being ahead. So what does it mean? That if you do this kind of projects, you will always have this like sense of doing something interesting, doing ahead of the market, investing your time and your effort into sometimes research, but also doing something that can change the industry. And last but not least, creating the future. I believe that with what I was doing as projects that I mentioned in banking industry, for example, I was changing the bank, but was I influencing millions of lives? Was I influencing the future of our children? Was I influencing like the safety of our world and the future of nations? Not so much. And here with AI, like, just look at this. Like, every project, every 2 weeks, every 2 months, every 2 years is changing this industry forever. And later on, all of us as customers, we are using it. So amazing. And this is how you can actually change the world for good. What we have prepared for you here, I will not go through this, but you can look at this later. This is for you. To be downloaded later. There's like a list of activities that you can do in AI. So you don't have to be only an employee. Being an employee is great. You can be an AI manager. I love it. But still, if you say, I don't want to be in AI 100% of my time, I want to be a freelancer, or I want to be an educator, an academic, I want to be a volunteer in some kind of an organization that deals with AI ethics. I want to be maybe a programmer because you want to, I don't know, dig deeper, you want to start programming. Every age is okay, believe me. Like, if you said to yourself, no, I'm too old. No, you are not. I know great programmers that started in their 50s. And now they are super successful. So what else you can do? You can start your own AI company. You can become a transformation manager. You can publish a lot of articles about AI. Then you can find some companies that you like and you can become their resellers, because there is so much good software around the world and there is no representations yet in majority of countries. And last but not least, you can start monetizing data. You can start like taking photos of your, I don't know, of your backyard. And if you have enough, maybe later on you can sell it. So the platforms to trade data are definitely one of the future gold mines. Okay. Again, as I said, we don't have much time to go through this. We go through this in depth during the course, but it's for you to explore later. Now we will be moving on to 5 steps to becoming successful AI manager, as I promised. Okay, bear with me. Let's start with saying, I need to warn you that whatever route you pick from the previous list, you need to know how to drive fast. Like, if someone says to me, yes, I will start my AI career. Yes, Maria, you inspired me. This is like, yes, I will be changing the world. I will become this AI manager, AI project manager. And later on, they learn that it requires a different skill set. Yep, exactly. Unfortunately, it does. These projects, they're still projects, but they're that different that that AI managers and AI project managers, data science managers, they have their position is called differently, right? To highlight that the skill set is different than standard project manager. So now I will share with you my story, as I promised. So with the story, there comes a picture. Please do not judge me. This is me. This is 20. This is almost 20 years ago. Yes, this is me. Maybe you can recognize me. So at the time, and there's another one. Yeah, I wore glasses. So it was 2003. It was 2003. It was a long time ago. I was a student then, and I got fascinated by Agile. Agile, do you know when Agile Manifesto was published? 2001. So 2 years before those pictures were taken. And I got absolutely fascinated by Agile. It was like thrilling, new stuff, a lot of emotions, a lot of being some kind of a rebel, that's not only PMI, not only Prince, not only maybe other solutions, but Agile, Scrum, new stuff, right? And I went to my professor. He's like a very famous professor of project management. I got to him and I said, I know what my master thesis will be. It will be about Agile. And I remember it as just as it was yesterday. This professor came to me and he said, Miss Maria, I like you. That's why I will share this insight with you. And I was like, I'm all ears. And he said, you know what? I suggest that you choose a different topic. And I was like, why? Because this is like super extra. Like no one has written about it yet. And he said, exactly. You know why? Because it will pass. It's just a fashion. It will go away. No one and no serious companies will use it. What did I do? I was a rebel then. So I had written my master thesis on Agile. Nobody wanted to publish it. It was the first master thesis in this part of Europe about Agile. Nobody wanted to print it because it was too early. There was no book in Polish and no book in Poland about about Agile yet. And what did I do? I said, no, probably those, elderly guys, they must be right. I'm just a student, so I will drop it. This probably is a kind of a fashion, so I will focus on my other career. So, and this is what I done. And like every year, when I hear about successes of Agile, later on I implemented it in many companies actually. I think what a waste of time, what an actual waste of potential. And I promise myself that if I have similar occasion anytime in the future, I will never drop it. And this is the moment when I say, this is AI. AI and AI management is the Agile of 20 years back. This is the situation, the processes that will change our future and will change how we do business. And I'm so absolutely sure, 100% sure about it. That's why I'm impacting my career. I've been doing it for 6 years. And since then, I'm not hesitant, and I have not wasted any day now. That's why I want to share it with you now, because I believe it must be shared, because there will be millions of us. There will be certifications, there will be companies, there will be standards. The same what happened with AI will happen with AI management. Okay, so let's continue. 5 steps I promised you. The first step, what do you need to do? Learn AI buzzwords and basic concepts. And you might say, oh, come on, Maria, do better, right? Like, no shit, Sherlock. Oh, come on, this is so easy, so obvious. But there's a but. If everyone who will tell me this is obvious would do it, oh, I would already be a millionaire. Nobody actually does it. They start doing those AI projects and then they fail because they cannot communicate with data scientists. They go to data scientists with their project management approach, and then they say, yeah, adapt to me, because like, use my terminology. And data scientists, what they say? Oh, what a silly project manager. We don't want to work with him. And that's it, right? They will not. Because they can choose between companies. So first you need to understand the buzzwords. And if you go beyond the buzzwords, believe me, the whole world behind them will be very, very logical. And as I said, basic concepts. You can, where of course you can learn this. Our course is one of the solutions, but not the only one, definitely. Then the second step, adapt data project methodologies, and adapt it with a lot of common sense. So data project methodologies are something different than I have shown to you before. One of the methodologies, I will be commenting on it in a moment, so don't worry. But definitely remember that the first 2 points, it's I put it in one of the posts. I think it went to you yesterday. How do you eat a whale, right? So 1 bite at a time, because the number of the volume of information is enormous. So whenever you start is okay, and as long as you start again doing it, and if you get command of those AI buzzwords. It's like we like to, as I said, give very difficult names to very easy concepts. So don't worry about it. Once you start, you will see that the concepts are full of common sense. Then the third one is the third step. No one mentions it, but it's quite obvious, but quite ingenious in my opinion. Be where AI is. And I put "da" here because it's like, come on, again, it's super easy. It's super easy, but it's not somehow. If your company does AI, be there. If it does not, and you want to continue your career with AI, just change the company. You cannot wait. You cannot learn. So follow the first 2 steps, and later on, wait 2 years or something like that for your company to decide on digitalization. It's a waste of time. Find a place where AI is actually taking place. You can do voluntary projects for the first 6 months, but I suggest that not longer than that. Then the fourth step is become friends with data. And this is super important in my opinion. And it's not like understand the data, learn the data. No, become friends with data. Because I can see that managers that they say, I know what data is, but they never fell in love with data. Data science is about data. Data scientists, they love data. They respect data. I could show you my computer. It has love your data on it, because the data is the core element of all data science projects. Even if they are synthetic, they are still data. So if you like them, if you understand, the majority of managers don't go to the data storage because they don't care. They say, no, data engineer will take care of it. It's his or her job. This is not my job. So I asked them, do you know how your data looks like? Do you know whether there are holes in it? Is it dirty? Is it clean? Is it complete? Do you know whether it's tabular or anything else? And they say, oh, it's data. I don't need to deal with it. Yes, you have. You have to. If you want to be a good manager, a successful AI manager, you need to understand the data. I do not mean that you need to code. But in my opinion, and this is what we do during the course, we also explore the data. We teach managers to do basic EDA, so exploratory data analysis. They don't need to code for this, but they need to understand what potential is in the data that they will be using in the project. And the same, once you start thinking about data, then you will see that you are in like swimming in data, that data is all around us. And you can use it because the best data sets are blended ones. So the more different data sets you have, the better for your project, the more interesting the outcomes can be. And you can only notice it once you understand what the data has, what's the potential in data and where the data can be actually found. And fifth one, the last but not least, is to look for problems everywhere and solve them with AI. What does it mean? I have a UX background, so I have also a degree, another one, in user experience. And in user experience, we say start with the problem. So I go through the streets and I look at what could be done with AI. And I can see zillions, like zillions of implementations. Because now my mind is set up in such a way that I can see, okay, there is like a long line of people waiting for the pharmacy. What can we do about it? Maybe we can send them their drugs directly to their homes. Maybe we can arrange some kind of a waiting application. Maybe better information system. Like zillions of solutions, right? So I look for problems, and I can already see the solutions with the usage of AI. And it does not have to be only optimization or prediction. It can be NLP, it can be computer vision, it can be generative solution. A lot of them. And last but not least, I know there should be 5. This is the 6th one. Stay very up to date. AI field is changing faster than the, as I said, cryptocurrency stock market. So extremely fast. And every 2 weeks there is a major release in one of the AI fields, and every 2 months there is usually a significant breakthrough. So this is the area that you need to follow. At least follow people that will send you the information via social media. And this is the fast pace that I just mentioned. Only in 9 months, 9 months. Right? We are talking about the beginning of 2022. I'm not talking 10 years ago. I'm talking beginning of this year. OpenAI started with their DALL-E 2, right? This is the astronaut on the horse. Then we got Stable Diffusion. Then we got Midjourney. And in the last months, we got 2 releases. One, text a video on the left, the one with the dog with the sunglasses on, and this is a text to video done by Meta. And then Imogen, right? 5 days later. So again, text to video done by Google. So now we have like text to everything almost. Text to image, text to essay, text to code, text to movie, text to presentation, text to business. Later on, text to design, text to fashion. Put anything you like here. The world is changing, and it has been done only in 9 months. So definitely, please do stay up to date. 2 years ago, there was no generative AI landscape at all. Now there is. So many companies already. Can you see? Okay, let's move on. So I would say, yes, stay up to date, everything until now. I hope it's clear. But there is a question. What's in it for me in my business? Maria, you are talking a lot about new stuff, novelties, great. So what AI can do for me? First of all, this is, I talked about it in a moment when telling you about my background in UX, that I see a problem and then I can come up with AI solutions. Actually, when you see DALL-E or you see Imogen, you say, great, but what's in it for my company? Majority of managers do not know. That's why they need to have this background in AI to be able to implement the solutions in their companies. So they need to understand the challenge. They need to understand what actually business wants, the business needs, the client wants, and then they need to choose the possible solution. And there are many. And this is the problem with businesses that I work with. They come to me and they say, Miss Maria, we want NLP, so text processing solution for this particular department. And what do we end up with? With computer vision. Why? Because they get fascinated by some kind of a solution, but later on, actually, they did not explore what their actual needs are and what their potential is. What kind of data do they have? Because if they don't have data for this, there will be no project, right? So you need to think about the main challenge of AI manager, of like finding challenges, business challenges, and choosing from the list of possible solutions, the one that will actually solve this particular challenge. And this is the whole concept standing behind AI management. Is it easy? Unfortunately, it's not. Maybe it's like sensible, but it's not that easy. So a lot of students ask me, okay, what to learn? Great. So according to research, there are 3 pillars. One is data, second is technologies, and the third is people. I added the 4th one from my experience of a project manager. So what do you need to know about data? Choosing data, preparing data, cloud solutions. Then you need to know a bit about statistics as well. So in technologies, you need to understand AI areas. So for example, you have such areas as deep learning or machine learning or reinforcement learning and others. You have AI technologies. Sorry, these were AI technologies, AI areas like, yes, NLP or computer vision or generation, optimization, recommendation. You need to understand what algorithms are, what available solutions on the market are currently, what are AI platforms. And I suggest that in technologies, you find your niche and focus on it. Because like a couple of years ago, 3 or 4, you could be like person specializing in data science in general. But for now, even managers should specialize in either text processing, computer vision, because these are different technologies, different resources. Like you cannot catch up with everything. So I suggest that you find one industry that you want to be in, for example, fintech or health tech or whatever else. I don't know, maybe e-commerce or retail. And then you find one solution, one of the key solutions, of course, main solutions that you find the most fascinating. For example, text, what you have seen on the previous slides. Text to video or text to code or text to anything is like based on NLP. So the text processing area, which has grown in the last years exponentially. Then we move on to people. You need to know about roles. They are different than in a standard project, communication and team building. These are areas where AI managers need to focus on. And last is the processes, where not only CRISP-DM and of course previous methodologies, but also CPMAI. If you don't know the name, just check it after our webinar. It's fascinating. We are covering it in our course as well, and it is one of the most promising methodologies for AI projects of the future. You also need to understand AI problem analysis, so the process that I just explained, and also MLOps, and much more. So when I'm talking about data, you say, okay, it looks easy. It looks easy until you do it in practice or start doing it in practice. When you go to a company and I start a project and they say, yes, we have data. And then you go to a meeting and then you actually ask for the data. And what they say, in terms of data, we have no data, right? This is it. Or the data is so dirty that you can use 20% of it. And what do? You stop the project, you synthesize the data, you wait for more. So there is a lot of challenges here. And a lot of students come to me and they say, yeah, I want to start. And this is what I see when I put AI into the browser, when I want to understand what AI is, right? Because for majority of business people, machine learning, AI, deep learning, this is like some kind of black magic, right? We don't know what this is. Why? Because it's absolutely awfully explained. If you see like this kind of graph on the left, I hate it. I hate it. I use it on my trainings, but actually to show them interrelations, interconnections, but never ever to explain what AI is, because it says nothing. And if people see this graph, they get even more confused. So I say it can be done better. And this is what we do during our Elephant AI courses. We use simple everyday analogies to explain to you how AI works. We use, for example, analogy of the kitchen. We show you the appliances, so I mean the algorithms. We use this kind of associations, so everyone understands what AI is on the basis of the logic that we use in our everyday life. That's why I say that even a young person, like in their high school, could be able to understand what we are talking about. If you cannot you cannot explain a difficult concept in an easy way, then you did not understand it well. That's why we believe only in teaching what we actually know, and sharing it in the most easy way, even to a person that has no previous technical background. So the next question that I usually get is, how much do I need to learn? Because students tell me, okay, I go past this graph, I start learning, and what do I get? Like zillions of resources. Half of them deep fakes. I don't know what is true, what is right. I'm super, super confused. So then I say, start with those elements. This is our basic course, actually. So you need to understand what AI, machine learning, deep learning, reinforcement learning is. You need to know the basic stats. Then logic of data science. What are the key elements inside data science? Then AI technologies, AI areas, communication, team building, data, processes, and AI ethics. If you know this, then in my opinion, you are absolutely ready to start managing your own AI projects. It's super simple if you have a good mentor or a good group of people supporting you in this learning, because then you start with the small dot, right? And then you dig deeper, because people will help you to get here. Because not only do we cover how it works and what are the general concepts, we also say how it works all around the world. Because sometimes the concepts in China are different than concepts in States. If we are considering those two giants, two AI giants. But enough about it. First start with something simple. And then students ask me another question: tools to be used, because we want to have tools. And then I say, hold your horses. First, learn to walk. Before you get your first car, learn to walk, not even to drive, but to walk. And do not focus on tools. Never focus on tools. If anyone will tell you, just get this AutoML tool or anything like it, and then the data science, it will become easy to you, right? No, it won't. If you don't get the background, if you don't have the basics, it will be very difficult to explore this field and also to use it to the extent that it could be used. So learn walking fast. Then, if you learn walking, the basics that we covered on the previous slide, then I suggest that a manager could focus on tools for data visualizations. There are many on the market. There are some that are, let me say, dominating the market. For example, Power BI, right? We will be covering them in the pro course. Then the data analysis. So how this should be done in the most automatic way. I also suggest that a bit of SQL or Excel will do no harm. Excel is actually great for data scientists analysis. It is. And we know Excel. In one of the companies that I worked for and we did digitalization there, they wanted AI to become as common as Excel. So I told them, start using Excel. As easy as it is, right? And last point in the step is adapting project management tools to AI reality. This is what you can do in the second step. And the third one, the nicest one, just consider yourself an expert. And then I suggest start using AutoML, cloud, and enterprise AI platforms. If you think, okay, each of them will take me, what, Maria, a year? I say, no, you don't have this much time. I suggest that you spend like working first, the first 2-3 months. You can actually do it with, of course, with a good support, and then focus on those tools from the second element, from the running giraffe. This will take you probably around 3-4 months if you do good. So then what we have, like 7-8 months total, and then I suggest starting your journey with one of the AutoML, one of the cloud, or one of the enterprise AI tools, because I believe that all managers should use at least one of the platforms of the future quite fluently. But first, they need to understand what this platform was designed to do. Okay, so the last chapter, very easy and very short. So how to use AI to build a strong position in your company. You probably know that in the time of revolution, amazing family mansions and also large companies were created, right? Because this is the moment of change. This is the moment when you have a chance to achieve something greater than you actually ever wished for. Because this is a time of change. So the large companies will probably stop being large and they will stop dominating the market, right? So this is a good time also for you, maybe not to shake the market, but definitely to shake your company or the market that you are working at right now. So how to use AI? To do it, first of all, you need to understand digitalization. We do it also during the course. So what are the processes and how to help your company in the digitalization process? According to stats, more than half of companies declare that in the next 2 to 3 years, they will continue or start digitalization. So also I say, do problem solving with AI. Try it and be able to do it in practice. Then learn and notice the talent gap. What do I mean by this? Learn where the talent gap is. If it's in your company, then stay with your company and find where the talent gap will be, whether it will be with text, whether it will be with computer vision, whether it will be with tabular data, maybe with recommendations. Find the talent gap of the future. If there is no talent gap, start looking for it. Start looking for another company, start looking for another market, or maybe think about your own company that will allow you to actually dig deeper and practice AI. But if you want to stay within the company, notice the talent gap and know where it will probably appear. If you look carefully, we'll show you how during the course. Then you will know when you will be waiting for a moment when the gap will actually happen. The gap, I mean the job opening. So be ready to raise your hand or look for a more ready place. I already commented that switching between companies can also be a good strategy, but be ready to raise your hand. This is the problem, the mistake that majority of managers do. They do not learn, and they assume that maybe they will be chosen as a digitalization managers because they were like working for this company for many years already. but they do not learn AI. They say once they will nominate me for a digitalization manager, then I will start to learn. No, it's done the other way around. It's like you need to be capable of. I do not mean like 2 years of experience, just have 3 months of a course. And then how it usually works. It's like, listen to me. There's like, at one point, there are money inside the company for the digitalization and for AI projects, but no one knows how to deal with it. So they are looking for any person, like literally any, that has any experience in this. And majority of my colleagues said, Maria, I did not know much about it, but someone came to me and they say, do you know anything about AI? And they say, yeah, I coded a bit. I tried Python. I also did this course by Andrew Ng. I did not understand much, but still, yes, I know. And they raise their hand and say, come on, you will be the manager. And it's like, what? And they say, yeah, because no one else knows much more than you. So you are the best one, the best qualified person for this role. Yeah. So be ready to raise your hand, then build your portfolio. Because if you will be switching anytime between the companies, the portfolio is the first thing that the company will be looking for. They want to see what kind of projects, detailed projects, and what kind of technologies were you using for your data science challenges. One of the last points is be AI leader, not a follower. So I would say be bold, be very open to innovation, and always suggest the latest solution. Seriously, don't wait for anyone else to say you should start using transformers. Why it shouldn't be you? Don't be a follower. Don't wait for, I know, your manager or anyone else to bring this new technology to the company. It can be you. You can be the leader. You can be this person announcing it and let me say, guiding and leading other people. They will start following you. And the last point on the list is learn all the time and teach others. I always say that the best strategy, also suggested by Richard Feynman, if you want to learn something, teach others, because only then you will be able to repeat it and you will know whether you got accustomed with this concept, and you can explain it in an easy way. It means that you finally understood it. So I suggest, and also I observe that people who want to share this the information that they got inside their companies, they become digitalization managers. They become digitalization leaders, because others say, yeah, I listened to this guy, he's sensible, and he's like amazing command of data science, amazing command of AI, even, of course, if you do not code. Because let me be clear on this, for everything that I say right now, you don't need to code. Of course you can, but you don't have to. And one of the last slides for today is how to use AI to build strong position, is to understand digitalization and problem solving. Just look at this. We start with listening to business problem. You should know this process by heart, if you want to be in this field. Then find the real problem. Actually, the difference between the business problem and the real problem, I already explained to you. Companies do not know what they want. So you need to understand what they want and suggest a solution to them. First, you need to understand the data, find possible solutions, and then choose the best solution. And be careful with choosing the best solution. I strongly suggest that you avoid AI where possible. And you might say, Maria, why are you saying like this is like a webinar about AI and you say avoid AI? Why? Because AI is sometimes it's not needed. And then if you choose to implement AI, then it's like extremely expensive. Then it's sometimes it's like waste of time. And people say, after all, like, this is AI. So the perception and the PR inside the company is not also not that good. So I suggest that wherever it's possible, just use a simple web development. And the second point, avoid deep learning where possible. I can see that some companies, they just implement deep learning whenever they can, because it's fun, it's cool. But like there is one disadvantage, or a few actually. One of them is money and time and data and struggle. Why do you use, I don't know, like a large hammer if you can use a small one? I strongly suggest to apply your common sense to this. Then, after choosing the best solution, you plan, produce, and deploy. Just look at this is one step, just one step. And planning is one of the challenges for AI project managers, because I already told you that it's not the easiest part. And last step on the list, make better. This is something what companies forget to do. This is strange because it's called machine learning, right? So there is this learning part. Either it's manual or it's automatic. So managers should be taking care of making the algorithms better every quarter, every 6 months, or at least once per year, right? Because they need an update. Okay, I think this is all for today. What I want to show you right now, first of all, I want to say that you probably remember the beginning of Star Wars. You are our only hope. Me, myself, just Maria. Without you, I cannot do much. With you, we can do magic. So I think that not only this is the best career and the safest career you can have right now, but also the funniest, smartest, most promising, and in my opinion, most influencing the world. So, yeah, we will be closing now, and we'll be moving on to Q&A. But I want to announce something absolutely new. We have not shared it with the world yet. So we are the first to know. We just signed with the London University, one of the London universities, and we will be releasing the first in the world MBA for AI managers and project managers. So it will be also a special discount if you, for example, sign up for the pro course and you pay for the pro course, and later on you want to switch to MBA. The whole price of the pro course will be discounted. I mean, your MBA price will be discounted by this exact sum, which is, in my opinion, great, because maybe some of you would like to have also an MBA title. We will be having a special announcement and explanation. Also, we'll have it on our website, so then you can look at the details. Now, I would like to show you the website of ours. Maybe you already know it. Elephant AI, as I say, is a special course for managers that want to learn extremely hands-on. If you need a hands-on education, here we are, because I'm fed up with just listening. I'm fed up with listening to people who are academics. I'm an academic myself, but also I'm a practitioner with 20 years of experience. And I don't know when someone is bullshitting me. I just know, because I've been here for several years. Unfortunately, my students that are at the beginning of their career, they don't know this. So they do not know whether the course is good or not. They do not know when someone is bullshitting them. And this actually it's my wish to change it, because I believe that there should be a quality education for everyone. So we created this course. You can have a look at it. A couple of companies they work for will have like interviews with amazing managers. We already have a couple of them, and we'll be adding more. These are people who lead digitalization, who are AI managers. We are also, according to what is said here, we'll be sharing our income with some foundations. This, by the way, is a picture fully generated by AI as well. And we'll be sharing the income with organizations, nonprofits that use AI for saving endangered species. And there are 2 courses. One course is essential. This is like the introduction to AI. This is 8 hours. So it's a long time. And I put there like a lot a lot of insights, and it's only $99 until the end of the month, and it's fully pre-recorded, so you can look at it and you can listen to it almost any day. You can actually do it in 2 days, or you can extend it for this amount of days that is convenient to you. And there is the pro course, which has like limited number of seats, and this is like live workshops for 12 weeks. Later on, we have a special capstone project, special guests, only available. This will not be recorded. This will be available only live to people who will enroll, and you will get a special certificate that will be recognized online, that will be recognized worldwide, that will be signed up by us, and you will be able to show it to your future employee or to the current employee. And this is the only course on the market like this, the only one. And it's highly practical. It will be with me and also with a couple of Kaggle grandmasters. So I could see that we have also some masters and data scientists. They were here with us during this webinar. So I would like to welcome all of you, all fellow Kagglers. All fellow Kagglers, and there will be also Kagglers and grandmasters teaching you during this course, also with a very easy language. Don't worry. And with no background, I mean no coding background. And capstone project will be done in one of the AI technologies. Again, no coding, but you will understand how this is done in real life. I think this is all. I don't want to spend too much of your time to go through this, because you can do it also on your own. We are here. Our whole team is to support you. There will be more webinars, more content, especially prepared for you. And now I think, can we move on to questions? Okay, Anna is asking, what would you recommend as a path to AI for a product manager and also project manager? Good. Very good question. What I suggest is, like, we'll be talking about this on the course as well. And this is the benefit of me being also a product manager. I was a product manager in a couple of startups, and I was an UX manager. So I strongly suggest, like at the beginning, similar path. So you need to know the basics. You need to understand the basics. And also I would guide you with different examples. I mean, what would it be, rather be learning AI and taking the AI managerial position from start, or going for any more junior AI position? I suggest whatever you can take earlier, whatever you can take faster. I believe that if you can take a junior position, just take AI junior position. But there is just one but. You need to learn from someone. If you are willing, don't waste your time. Sometimes it's better to wait if you don't have anyone to learn from, because the person is not. Like, just ask how many projects this person has done, what experience this person has. If you will sense that this is just a manager without AI background, this is what I mean, and you will not have opportunity to learn, and there will be no significant investments in this company, then I would stay low and I would focus on learning. And later on, I would apply with a new certificate, with a new portfolio, which we can actually help you build for a position of your dreams. But if there is like a nice opportunity for you to learn from someone who already done at least a couple of AI projects, and it will be a junior position, then I strongly suggest go for a junior position, especially if this company has announced, maybe in their stock markets strategy, if they announced additional investments in AI. So I would look into this. I hope I answer your question. So I will move on to another one. By the way, guys, I know that those questions that you are asking are about your future career, and it should not be taken light, and it should not be answered in like 1 or 2 questions. So if you feel that my answer will be, let me say, not enough, or you have additional questions, or you want to discuss it with us, just drop us an email. We are here at elephantai.io, and we are waiting for your email. Seriously, we want to help you. If, for example, there will be a lot of questions about the career, we will create a special webinar just on career, or we'll create a special MAA, so ask me anything session, and then I will be answering gladly online all your questions about your career. So let's move on to another one. Cesare is asking, what predisposition should an AI manager have? And does a change in the industry make sense if you have several years of experience behind you? Okay, so 2 questions here, very up to the point. So what predispositions? First of all, ability to learn fast and curiosity. So I reject all the managers that come to work with me and they are not interested in AI. And I ask them usually one question, actually 2, what do you learn and who do you follow? If they are not following anyone online that does anything in AI, then it's a red flag. And the second question is, what kind of projects has caught your attention in the last 3 months? 3 months. I'm not asking about a year. I'm asking about 3 months. If this person is not able to name any project in the last 3 months, in the last at least 6, right? It means that this person is not an AI and does not want to be an AI. Because, come on. Sometimes even my candidates cannot say anything about robots, and they apply for a position in an AI company. So the predispositions, definitely open mind, ability to learn, curiosity. I do not mean even the technical background. If you are asking about this, no technical background needed. This is so logical. I know a couple of people who graduated from philosophy or sociology, and they're great data scientists and data science managers. And the second part of your question was, does it make sense to change the industry? Yes, I come across those questions like a lot. And I have quite controversial opinion here. I say that keep within the industry that you are in, because the AI industry, like mine, I work in the AI industry because I work for many companies and many industries around the world. But I believe, and I have like proof and data to support what I believe, is that all the industries and majority of companies, if not all, they will finally invest in AI. So if you are, for example, in banking industry, I don't know in which industry you're in. I'm just using the first example that came to my mind. Just keep within this area because you are a good manager here. But if, for example, the change I would suggest is if your company does not plan to do any AI investments in the next 1 year or 2 years at least, just look for another company if you want to be in AI, because you need to start gathering projects for your AI portfolio, as I mentioned. Do you have some kind of maybe I will add one more thing. We are not covering. We did not cover it today. Maybe we will next time. But there is a data science Venn diagram. It means explains what data scientists should know about. The first element is statistics and math. The second one is coding, and the third one is business acumen. Right? Usually data scientists, they struggle with the business background, and it's easier and faster. I'm talking to Cesare now. It's easier and faster to add data science skills to a person that is expert in the business field than the other way around. I know from my own experience how difficult this is to teach a data scientist business, because this takes years, not a couple of months. And to teach a business expert data science, it takes up to 2 years, not more. Okay, let's move on. We have more questions on the way. Richard is asking, do you have some kind of digital certification? Yes, we do. We do. One of the solutions, I don't remember the name of it. but it allows us, and of course we will store your digital certification. It will clearly state how many hours, with whom, what kind of topics were covered. So, and also it will include information about your project. So you will be able to add it to your virtual portfolio or virtual CV, or to your LinkedIn profile. And then if you are applying for a job, we can also help you out with some references and even go deeper. But you will get from the university, you will get a whole curriculum of topics with the number of hours and people who were leading it, who are guiding, who are actually teaching it, including Kaggle Grandmasters. They will be on the list, and you will get this virtual portfolio that you can actually be proud of, and you can show it to your future employees. Then we have Godwin Shizugo. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Does the $990 course cover all that is in the $99 course, or we need to take them separately? Okay. I know that there can be some confusion. So we pre-recorded the $99 course. It's worth, in my opinion, around $400 or even $500. I put there so many information, like so many. And this is like complete basics. So even if you don't have any background in AI, never heard of AI, you will understand. But it's not like blabbling about the obvious stuff that you can learn online. No, nothing of this kind. This is strictly practical from the point of view of a manager. And you get it for $99. This is pre-recorded, so you can take it anytime, anywhere. And the 990 course is an online course. So it takes 12 weeks. Of course, we will be recording it. So if you cannot, for example, participate in one session, do not worry, you will get access to it offline. And there will be additional speakers, additional lectures. There will be guest instructors as well. There will be a project that you will be able to complete with the support of your mentor. And within this package of 990, you get also this $99 course as a let me say, maybe not a prerequisite, but a suggestion, just to equal our knowledge, just to be sure that we are talking about the same. Maybe it will be also informative to you if you have some kind of experience previously. So it's like our suggestion: take this pre-recorded 8 hours before we start the pro cohort. Okay, I hope it's clear now. So again, if you buy this for $990, you get this $99 for free in the package. Okay, El Safti is asking, what is your advice to the one who's need to shifting his career to AI? So my advice is, do it now. Like, the faster you do it, the better for you. Seriously, don't think like, just start following us. Just start following the resources that we will be sharing with you. If you can afford it, just buy the $99 course and start learning from this day on. If you cannot afford it, just let us know, because maybe we can help you out somehow. And definitely start reading. There is a lot of resources, and just on the basis of the webinar and the presentation that I just shared with you, you can start learning on the topics that I shown on the list. So this is the first advice. The second advice that I want to share with you: don't discourage yourself. The materials, as I've shown it on one of the slides, there's so many resources, like zillions of them. I remember when I started, and I remember I started like years ago, which means that it was like maybe 10% or 5% of the information and solutions we have now on AI, right? And still, when I started, it was like, oh my God, too much, I don't get it. But moment after moment, article after article, person after person, I started to grasp it. I started to make sense of it. Unfortunately, there is no other way if you want to do it on your own. But the road that I suggest is to follow the community and follow the person that you trust, that will save you hours, if not hundreds of hours of time. And this is what I do. I put 6 years of my experience in AI plus 20 years of my experience as a manager and project manager on many, many positions. And I put it in something that will save your time. And after this, you will know exactly what's what, who's who, right? And then you get this grasp of AI, and you can continue your career. We have another question from Maria and Soriano. Hi, hello. Oh, Maria, pleasure to meet you. Question, how can I narrow down and find my focus on AI projects to follow to improve my learning? Yeah. I find many fascinating and interesting. Yes, I think I know what you mean. That, as I said, like think about the industries that you are fascinating with. I always say that this is a kind of a matrix. On the horizontal in the horizontal sections, you have, let me say, industries, and on the vertical one, you have AI technologies, and on the verge of them, you have like this one area, let me say, area of your specialty, where you should be and you should specialize in. I do not mean don't touch anything except this. Of course, it's super interesting, but find a place where you are already good at. Think about the industry that you are familiar with, or a couple of industries. Maybe you are fascinated by health. This is one of them, like the fastest growing areas right now, right? Industry. So maybe this is worth exploring, and choose one technology for health. I would say that the future is definitely in creation, and maybe in transformers, and also in computer vision, right? Because there is a lot of analysis, automatic analysis, that should help out the doctors. So I would try to narrow it down like this, so you can say after a year or 2 years, you can say I'm an expert in. Because if in 2 years or in a year you say I'm an AI manager and I'm a generalist, it's good. It's still be okay. But if you go to a company that does a certain thing, I mean, like they specialize in computer vision, and you say I'm a manager in health for computer vision, then your price goes up, because you are an expert, like true expert. But again, you can start with very broad approach, and later on, after, for example, 6 months, but we can help you in this if you want. In our mentorship, we can help you out in finding the area that you might be good at. And then just try narrowing down. But don't worry at the beginning. You don't need to do it already. You just do it after 3-4 months. Play with it. First of all, find analyze, let me say, the playground, and then choose the most fun bit for you. What do we have else? Richard is asking, is it possible to listen the educational content anytime, or there are live courses? Both. So again, the $99 course, oh God, is pre-recorded, meaning that you can listen to it anytime. Of course, it's nice if you could like look at what I'm doing and what I'm showing to you, but you don't have to. But it's not just pre-recorded content that I just sit on a couch, on a sofa, and I talk to you. No, it would be boring, like boring. No, we show you a lot of pictures. We use simulations. We draw on the special light board. So it's quite entertaining to watch. But yes, if you don't want to watch it, you can just listen to it, and it should be equally okay. And live courses are the course with the price of $990. This is a live cohort. It's 12 weeks with me, with guest instructors and with additional instructors. Plus, inside this in this price, you have a capstone project that you are doing with us, and this is also your graduation project, of course, in AI, and we help you do it, and you get also additional extra hours of mentorship. Let's move on to the next one. K Ripe is asking, who would you recommend to follow within AI, for example, on LinkedIn? Oh, there is many. There is many. So maybe during the next webinar or maybe one of our posts, I will combine 10 best resources online, because this is not only on LinkedIn, but also a lot of people on Twitter, a couple of YouTube channels that I follow personally, because I like, you cannot know everything, so you need to follow smart people. I would say for me, I have like 100 people that I follow around the world, but I think I could go down to 10 to make it easier for you for the beginning, right? So we can put it into some kind of a blog post, or you can text us directly and we can help you out, at least suggest 2, 3, 5, like that you can start with almost from tomorrow, right? Then Maria and Soriana are asking another question. Coursera platform had AI courses. How does this differ to their certification? Okay. Good. So, first of all, Coursera certifications, I don't want to like compare them. I can tell you what's the main difference. The courses that are there are mostly technical. So they need technical background and they require from you coding experience. They need at least half of the year, 6 months of coding in Python. And majority of them, unfortunately, require coding. And later on, they dig deeper into coding stuff and into algorithms and into how this is done from the technical end. This course is for managers. You will not be coding here. So majority of AI courses on Coursera require coding. Of course, there's nothing wrong in coding. This is just a different kind of a course. Then there is a couple of courses for like general AI. And the courses on general AI, let me say, they're super interesting, but they're very basic. And this is their problem, because after this, it's very entertaining. I like them. I went through all of them, and then there's nothing. And my students were coming back to me and they were saying, yes, okay, great, but so what? What do I do now? They do not tell you what to do. They do not show you the practical application of AI management into life. So I say that our strongest advantage is that I'm a practitioner and I invite Kaggle Grandmaster, something that you will not get on Coursera. And also we will be inviting guests and you will have this capstone project. So something that also I did not found on Coursera. And I can promise you that this one will also be, let me say, like telling you the whole truth with advantages and disadvantages. But of course, like I always say that the best is to combine all the knowledge resources that you have. Although I believe that sometimes it's costly, so you need to choose between them. I suggest that first of all, you ask yourself a question: do you want to be an AI manager or do you want to be a data scientist? If you want to be a data scientist, we can recommend to you very good online courses that require coding. If you are looking for something strictly for AI managers and project managers, then I suggest you start with us. Although if you need additional information, and for example, if you would like to compare with us some kind of a course, one that you have in mind exactly with our curriculum, and you don't get an answer from the website, just text us and we can show you what the difference in curriculums are. Okay, the last one. Maya is asking, do you have Facebook or Telegram or Discord group where we can get some help or tips about AI learning? Yes, we will have a Discord group once we start the pro course. And once, of course, we have some students for the basic course. I mean, for the essentials, we will start this group to support you. They will be absolutely free of charge, but for the people who enrolled for the course. As for Facebook, no, for now we do not. We do not plan a Facebook group. Like many reasons for this, to be frank with you. Also personal ones about Facebook. As for Telegram, yes, we might use Telegram or we might use Signal to do it. If you have any preferences, remember, we are at the beginning of our route. We are at the beginning of the path. So if you have any suggestions, for now, I can guarantee that there will be a Discord group that will be supporting you. And also, once you enroll for the Pro course, you will enroll for the platform. And on this platform, not only the course is available, and also for the essential as well. So once you enroll to this platform, you will get updates from me at least 2 times per week. So there will be updates. There will be also summaries, especially for you, what has happened in the last week. I will be publishing it. You will have access to this. Also, you'll be able to discuss this content or additional maybe one with other course members. That's all. Okay. Good. So please do remember, if you have any questions, send it to contact@elephantai.io. For now, I do thank you. I do thank you for your attention. It was lovely to meet all of you. I wish I could see your faces, but I hope it will be possible one day. Prepare your questions, send it to us, and prepare yourself for another webinar. The next one. Let me share my screen. Can I still do it? I think I can. Yep. Okay. Yes. This is what I wanted to show you. There will be 2 webinars that we already planned. The next one will be about best practices and key skills of a successful AI manager. This will be my best practices for the last 5-6 years of managing AI projects. And webinar number 3 will be about, yes, again, an excellent AI manager that companies are willing to pay for. So we'll go also through the openings for AI manager position, and I will tell you how to get this position, how to prepare your CV, how you prepare your portfolio. Okay, if you have any other ideas for what would be interesting to discuss during the next webinars, just contact us. We are super open. We can organize webinar number 4, 5, 6, 10, or we can change simply the topic of one of the ones you just saw in front of you. Have a great evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on the place you are in. It was great to have all of you here. It was a pleasure. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I do hope to see you during the next webinar, or hopefully during the course. Okay, thank you so much, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
AI is a new gold rush. Investments, record high. Market, almost 2 trillion by 2029. According to research, 90% of leading businesses already invested in AI, mostly to automate tasks and make smarter decisions with minimal human input. The world is changing, and it's normal you could feel a bit insecure. When I started managing AI projects, I struggled too. The jargon, new vendors, unreal business expectations. Even for a PMP holder, it was a bit too much. But project after project, I started to grasp it. I delivered over 50 AI projects for leading brands. I co-founded Kaggle Day's 10 million strong community of data scientists. I'm a PhD researcher in AI at DCU and also a visiting professor at various universities. AI is a new gold rush, but the time is running out. So what do you do with your time? Are you going to skip this opportunity, Or do you want to take advantage of it? Become a top manager, create and lead the best projects, and prosper. I created the Elephant AI online course to guide you in the process of becoming a successful AI project and product manager. There are essential and pro modules, pre-recorded videos, live workshops, special guests, and a capstone project with my personal feedback so you learn and practice. It's intense, but it's gonna be worth it. After the course, you will have a chance to advise the board during strategic meetings, lead multi-million-dollar projects, and earn a handsome salary as a top manager who really embraced AI. Or even set up your own successful business. Don't mistake movement for achievements. If you want to use your time wisely, there is no better place than AI. Now it's your turn to prosper. For people you care for and love. Welcome to AI world. Let's get started.